All right, we're at the brand new Underdog Sports Bar and Grill and Ambience Mall, Gurgaon. Crazy place, crazy atmosphere, and we've got a crazy cool guy with us. Now, he's spent most of his time in the United States, specifically 7 years as the ex-director for fan development for MLS, making the sport what it is over there today. Now he's here in India, hoping to do the same thing for Indian football as the director of Libero Sports, India's first and only consultancy agency for football. So, Neel, his name is Neel Shah. Thank you so much for being here on the show with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
So, well, this is Total Football, Neel, and the first thing I'm going to ask you straight off the bat is, how important has the round ball been in your life?
Round ball has been my life, I'd say. You know, growing up in Southern California, I was in Orange County, and I was a pretty shy kid. And around 4 years old, my parents put me into the local football league. And when I was about 15 years old, I got to travel to Europe to go play. I was in Denmark, England, and France. I got to see how important football is to other people in the world as well. So when I came home from that trip, I dedicated my life saying that I will spend the rest of my life helping to grow this sport that's really made a difference to me. And I've been really fortunate to have it in my life.
You know how you can tell he's committed? He doesn't use the S word. And even since he's come from the States, he doesn't use the S word.
Yeah,
football,
it was hardcore brainwashing and pushing out.
Excellent.
Soccer is
I like that.
My blood.
So, although Europe did open your mind in terms of football, you have done a lot in terms of MLS. And well, how has the attraction quotient increased in the league so that stars such as the caliber of your Thierry Henry are now playing for the New York Red Bulls and your LA Galaxies? How has that brought about?
In 2007, the league owners realized that the league was at a level where we really could invest in bringing some top quality talent before they're ready to retire. So this David Beckham rule kind of came in. It was essentially the designated player rule. What they saw was not just David Beckham, what they saw was actually a legitimate league.
Right.
So when David came over, and then it opened up the eyes of other players who kind of checked it out. However, the league itself needs to have a stronger base. And once that happens, then anything is possible. And I think in India, it'll take a lot less time than it did in the US once the foundation is set.
What do you define as, what would you define as a foundation?
One thing I did was recognize there's a lot of good things happening at the grassroots level, but it's not really being connected to the top levels at the federation and the I-League and even the large corporates like Adidas and Nike and others. Somehow it's all not coming together. So when I came over to India, I thought, you know, one of the biggest things I wanted was a bunch of young, energetic minds, both boys and girls, who had progressive thinking, who are hopefully well-funded, to come together and do a lot of good things under the radar at first, be able to build case studies and show that the industry stakeholders that things can work in football in India. We can help them get some return on investment on their programs. We can help things for players, put them in the right places, whether it's I-League or help them go to the US or Japan or places where a natural progression. If we can help international clubs build meaningful partnerships in India, if we can start to do those things slowly and slowly, we're building a portfolio of successful programs, and then we can really make a thrust to create a transformation in Indian football.
But speaking of India, and well, the Indian flag has been flown in the MLS with Sunil Chhetri appearing for the Kansas City Wizards.
Yes.
And a little known fact for the audience out there, you're right now looking at the man who made that suggestion to the general manager of the Kansas City Wizards as to who should go. That was really surprising for me to hear. And in Neel Shah's ideal world, would you like Indian players to go and ply their trade in Europe, or would you like European heavyweights to probably make a sojourn?
Actually, neither. And the reason why I say that, what I want is young Indian players to go to the US. I want young Indian players to go to Japan. I want young Indian players to go to places where those players aren't going to just get thrown into the fire. I want those players to be nurtured and developed in the right way.
You've been in India for a while. You've seen how football is. Do you really think, because this is what he and me were discussing, and we had our horns locked, because do you see the sport, do you see football in India reaching where you dream of it to be? He was clearly against it.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm a little bit of a skeptic.
Yeah.
Fine with cricket's huge, right? The money is always. I'm the skeptic that the money is always going to the wrong places.
I'm one, an eternal optimist, but two, I'm a grassroots person. So as an eternal optimist, I'm here because I believe in the sport, I believe in this country, I believe anything is possible in India. As a grassroots person, I believe that it's not about marketing, it's not about just pumping more money in. I think what I've experienced and what I know is what's missing here is just the basic fundamentals of the game. Good people, good environments, good coaching, good structures. So it's not even just about we need more fields or anything like that. What we need is coaches that instill belief, that instill movement, instill volunteerism, instill community. If we can get more top-level coaches, you're going to see a domino effect in a positive way of local communities starting to build up. You're going to start to see local clubs start to build up, leagues that can work because parents see some sort of pathway for their kids, some sort of growth opportunities.
Yeah, we have talent here. We have potential here. Why not market it?
Yeah.
Have we come to that point where yeah, you're right, where an 18-year-old would like to say,
is it viable?
Yeah, I will pursue my studies, but eventually I want to be a footballer by profession.
I would tell any player, any guy who's a good or a girl who's good at football, go for it. Put your 100% into it because something good will happen later on. If he's even 10, 11, 12 years old now, that by the time he's 18 or 19, there's going to be more residential academies in India, more AIFF residential as well. There'll be more partnerships abroad. So I do think that what he sees now in front of him is not going to be the picture when he's of age to become a professional. The one surprising thing in I-League is that the clubs are spending anywhere from 5 crore to 15 crore on player salaries. So even a young boy who's 21, 22-year-old for playing for Mohun Bagan or East Bengal can make 50 to 60 to 70 lakhs a year.
Right, it's hope. That's all I wanted to hear actually, because there is hope. Thank you so much.
Thank
for
you
having
so
this
much.
chat with us, Neel.
Thank you.
Hope for the future, hope for India, hope for football. It's been great chatting to you, Neel. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And we hope to see more of you on this show and on the map.
I hope to see more of the show moving forward, and I really appreciate you having me on.
Because it's not just football.
Hey.
Total football.
I like it, I like it, I like it.